Just what you wanted. 7% saving on fuel just by changing the setting. Yeah. Oh, haulage never stops.
No, that's the tire man.
Paul and I are complaining now to each other about the fact we've both been on holiday and we've put a lot of weight on. I've put on effectively a stone.
Yeah, I'm 8 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I contacted Michael this morning and I sent him my weight and said, right, that's it, 2 stone.
Challenge on.
2 stone. He said, yep, you're on.
And what have you got as a prize?
And there isn't a prize. Our own satisfaction, we can get back into our clothes.
Yeah.
Currently, I went to, typically I'd have been a 16-inch neck, and when I went to Michael's wedding, I was trying to find a 16 and a half. Slim pickings. I'd had them when I was in Sicily, and they've gone off for, to get washed and whatever. So I found one 16 and a half. And trying to get it all done up,
By the end of the night, you had enough. Yeah. As you can see behind me, a bit of a hive of activity in the corner of the yard. Andy the welder and a couple of the other lads here cracking on with the straw trailers. Andy's welding the custom headboard, and the 2 lads behind us putting the strengthening down the chassis. Because we took the roof and the back doors off, that takes some of the strength out, so we have to put that back in along the chassis to stop the twist once it's loaded. Hopefully by the end of the week the trailer will be done and finished and ready to go for MOT just in time for harvest.
What are you up to?
I just went and looked at a repair that Andy had done and found that he'd left a pair of wire clippers.
When's he coming back?
Tomorrow.
All right.
He said the one that needs strengthening, hopefully, fingers crossed, should be done by close play Thursday.
Okay. And then MOT?
And then I'll get it across.
Oh, what's happening about painting?
Well, then we'll have to worry about.
But when, on those caps, can you make sure you weld some end caps on?
Yeah.
Or put the plastic?
Yeah.
But Raymond's back on Monday?
Yeah, so ideal.
So he's got to do some painting on the crawlers, so he could paint then if he wanted.
Yeah.
Just black would be good enough, wouldn't it?
Absolutely, be perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get him booked in for that then.
Yeah.
Will you get it MOT first?
I guess I can see how it fits in with Raymond, really.
Yeah.
I kind of want to get it in there.
I think it'd be better if you got it MOT, then bring it back, and then we can, if it takes us...
Yeah, I'd rather get it in there to be done.
Yeah. Oh, haulage never stops.
No, that's the tire man.
Right, so what's happened here is that they've had a rejected load because it had bugs in it, and not from here, from a different farm. So part of our procedure, what we do is the load's got tipped off. We will now wash out this lorry so that we don't take the bugs with us back into our main site or onto the next farmer to collect. This causes us delay. We'll drop a load now having to do this because he'll have to wash this all out, get it clean inside. If you look through the pot hole here, so you can see, the floor. Well, there's one there. Look, there's another one there. By the look of it, it's a sawtooth beetle. That's pretty much the worst one you can get. So we'll wash that out, disinfect it. Have to get all up in the top so it doesn't drop off sheets and things onto the next crop that we carry. So we take it seriously. Yeah, I bet you've lost a load, haven't you? Yeah. That's the problem, isn't it? It's the knock-on effect, which is effectively not chargeable. He will wash the sheet and everything, won't it? Yeah.
And then it's the time it takes to dry.
Yeah.
Can't go straight into a wet trailer.
Yeah. So part of in the floor here, we've got a big tank. It's an enormous tank. I forget how big it is now, but 60,000 litres, something like that. And everything that comes off these trailers, you've got a oil catchment tank, and then you've got the sediment tank. So all the sediment, which then goes into the drain here, will go into the tank, get separated for the oils, get separated for the solids. We then have a company come, like once a year, pump it all out, take it away, so it doesn't then go into the local watercourse. So it cost, I think, this cost about £45,000 to build when I did this, making the bunded area for the power washers, making all this concrete area, putting this drain in, putting this big tank in. It's cost quite a lot of money to put the tank in because you've got to dig a long way down and then create a sort of a concrete area to put it another way so they pop back up when they get water. So poor old Ding's now got to wash this out. Just what you wanted. Yeah. Do you know the worst thing about bugs is you'll be now itching tonight. Subconsciously in your mind, you'll start thinking, and you'll be lying in bed tonight and you're thinking, bloody hell, there's bugs in my bed.
Yeah, that's it, just the thought of them. Yeah, it's absolutely crawling.
Awful. Big problem this time of year. People have kept grain in stores, the bugs get in, they like the warm temperature above 10 degrees, they'll start breeding, and then the numbers just explode, and of course the outside temperature's now sort of 14, 15, 16 and climbing, so stores will come to life unless you've got the grain below 10 degrees. That's the recommendation. You've got to have the grain at this time of year, like 8 degrees or 6 degrees. We do a lot of blowing and cooling to make sure that over the winter we drop the temperature, because sometimes it can come in at 35 degrees from the harvest, and then or come out the grain dryer, and we've got to drop it right down to sub 10. And what happens at 10 is, even if you've got bugs in it, they stop breeding because they don't feel so active, so they don't breed and they just die out. So that's why we try to get the stores down to sort of anything 6 or 4. Cold, frosty days are really good for dropping the temperature quickly. So come this time of year, this is always the risk, and this is a huge inefficiency for our business, is picking up grain which got bugs, taking it to mill, they reject it, we've got to take it all the way back to the farm, tip it off, and we might have other work to collect off that farm. They then got to have it gassed, and that takes 2 weeks to gas it before you can collect it again and put it back into the food chain. 18th June, I'm here with Ollie. Ollie sold us the 12 Volvo trucks, and they just came today and they did a session with all the drivers who've had them now for at least a month, and that the objective was to get the most out of the trucks. They've looked at the fuel savings, and even, as I understand what you've told me, 7% saving on fuel just by changing the setting.
Yeah, just by tweaking some, we can do things with the top speed and things like that we can tweak, but actually we're 1.2 mile per gallon better from the old fleet.
From the old fleet, yeah.
To now.
Which is extraordinary when they principally look the same.
Yeah, and that's with no driver training. Kind of giving the keys, then today's been where we've fine-tuned it, so yeah, we should see a bit more hopefully.
And we're hoping, another 0.3? Because I mean, that's the thing with lorries, everything's very small numbers, isn't it?
Small numbers, but big.
Yeah,
big
£20 here, £20 there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
half a mile per gallon is about £4,000 per year.
Per truck.
Per truck.
Yeah, and there's 12 of them.
So yeah.
That training, interestingly, I had a quick calculation in my mind. So assuming that each load is £200, and we've lost 2 loads today,
right,
doing the training, that's £4,800, in which that's cost just to do the training. Just, you know, that's how what the cost of training is, isn't it? In terms of health and safety and getting the most out of it. But hopefully we'll get that back.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, I think we will.
Yeah, it's ideal. Well, we're pleased with the trucks.
Good. They do look very nice.
And they're in green, so I'm always happy. But thank you very much.
No worries, thank you, James.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
So fuel economy for May, so that's the full month. So you've got the registration of each of the vehicles, you've got the time, you've got the distance. This is coming from the Volvo data.
Yeah.
We've got the amount of diesel used. It's in gallons, interestingly.
Yeah.
Miles per gallon then here. But look at the extreme, 9.72 down to 8.35, but an average of 9.18. That will be at least 1 mile per gallon, 1 mile per gallon better from what the previous trucks were. And then you've got the idling time, cost of the idling, that's quite interesting. So you've got some people who are at £12, and you've got some others which are at 40. PTO, so when the PTOs are up, so this is interesting. When we first put this up, this might have had some big numbers, like 20 or 30 on here, because people were leaving the trucks running and with the PTO running while they were tipping for 15 minutes, 20 minutes at a time. So got an average of 3.54, and then the cost average is £20 just to run the PTOs. And then each week, they put up each week what each one's doing, so they can try and make a behavioural change per week. There's the average, as in the middle position.
This was May.
Yeah.
And this
is the weekly, and then this one is the earning potentials. So this is showing. You've got the blue line, which is year to date.
Yeah.
And then you've got the 2 lines here. So you've got the weekly running costs, and then you've got the bonus threshold there for the drivers, so you can see, you know, for example, that one's doing really well. That one is, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So anything that's below the average is highlighted red.
That's losing money.
Yeah. Right.
No. The red is the bonus line.
Okay, yeah.
So that's the cost of running the trucks.
Yes.
And then once they get over that line, they trigger a bonus. So
That's
yeah.
good.
So you can see I've got two
Underperformance,
trucks there, which are losing money on that particular period. So this information we put in the driver's room. So this is up on the wall for them all to see and to look at as they come in at night or per week. So each driver can independently make a difference to these numbers and their overall return and their annual return. This is our canteen room for all the guys. So they all have a locker each on the farm, and then they have their tables having their lunch, and we have our meetings in here and do training, and then I give them all the magazines and whatever so that keep them up to speed. And then they've got the machinery repairs and maintenance costings here, holiday request forms, etc. Damage reports, they've got damage folder here that they fill in if they damage something. So we're all clear. There you go. Vehicle trailer damage report. Output sheets, so everybody then fills in each day what they've done and achieved and what the output was based on area or hours, according to, normally it's per hectare. So if a combine can do 50 hectares a day, for example, and they only did 47, there would be a reason why equally if they do 55 hectares a day, they'd put it on there so we can see where they're averaging out. So keeping things clean is always difficult. So you can see here there's a rota on who's going to do what and what order. So we need to update this because the beginning of the 17th of June is obviously today. So we've got this week, so we need to do the next ones. But so each person has a week where they have to come and sweep the floor, keep it clean, etc. So then they're all responsible.
Volvo truck familiarisation meeting's all finished. We've had breakfast, so the driver's all ready to go, and we're now going to film them all coming out. A couple of them are going to stay on site because they just need to load for their next loads, but we're going to film 9 of the 12 trucks heading up out the driveway and round the roundabout. So be quite a sight going onto the roundabout.